You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
Hello, fellow countrymen. How are you doing out there? This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. I'm sure you're all doing fine. Let's not stop praying for our dear nation. There's so much insecurity, poverty. A lot of people are struggling to even have one decent meal a day. We need to build a nation where our citizens will be proud to call their own motherland. Yesterday, I did a broadcast regarding the swearing in of Tinubu on the 29th of May, and I was advising that Nigerians should take a stand and ensure that only the one who was duly elected by the majority of Nigerians should be sworn in. I'm not calling for anarchy in the nation. A lot of people were up in arms, very angry, some calling me names. I don't really mind. As a Nigerian, my concern is to ensure that nobody should be disenfranchised the way we saw on the 25th February when the mandate of the people was stolen. Some people lost their lives, ballot box snatching, vote buying, and all kinds of irregularities. We all saw what happened during the 25th, and then the governorship election, we also saw that. So all I'm actually saying basically is that 29th of May, is it cast in stone? Let's say there was trouble, let's say there was war, and there was an invasion of our nation and there is no peace. Will we still insist that 29th of May must be? So it's just a matter of date. It's just a matter of time. And all I was calling upon is that seeing the mood of the nation, a lot of people are angry. A lot of people are sad, especially the younger generation. The young people, this is the first time we saw the number of young people that came out to participate in the election. They registered for their PVCs, even though it was under harsh conditions, but they did. And many of them came out for the first time to vote. They've never exercised this right as we saw in 2023 presidential election. Let's allow the will of the people to stand. Now that the case is in court, all I'm advocating for is to ensure that the case is over with. Let them finish the case so that we know who is the true winner. Is it Atiku? Is it Tinubu? Is it Peter Obi? Then we will all accept. I'm not telling anybody to go on violent protest. And our constitution allows peaceful protest. Most of the advanced nations allow peaceful protest. In fact, they even have law enforcement guarding them to ensure that everything is done peacefully. So that's basically all I'm saying. But some people are so angry, maybe because they are all scared about their preferred candidate not being sworn in on the 29th of May. Is 29th of May cast in stone that we can't change it? All I was doing is calling on the judiciary, calling on the president and saying they don't have to go ahead and swear in an illegitimate government. By that I mean, let's say the court ruled that Tinubu was not the winner and that the figures were falsified and that the certificate of return should have been given to Peter Obi or Atiku. Then what do we say? Then we cancel the whole ceremony that was done. That's all I was calling. That's why I kept using the word peaceful protest. And if you have gone to school and you understand peaceful protest and you know the word peace, and to protest means to share your grievances. Now I know Peter Obi and the Labour Party and PDP have gone to court. I'm not telling the courts to stop what they are doing, but I'm just saying, don't hurry this swearing in. Somebody sent me a video where the IG was warning the nation that nobody should take the law into his hand. Yes, he's doing his job. In a nation where systems work, the law enforcement will give permission for people to go peacefully and protest and let their views be known, because the citizens are different from the political party or the presidential candidate. And you've already seen some that have come out peacefully, young people, women, some of them were dressed in black to protest the outcome of the election. All we're calling upon the judiciary to do is to postpone the 29th of May swearing in so that it gives the judges ample time to hear the different arguments so that an illegitimate president is not imposed over Nigeria, because you can pick the atmosphere in the nation. But I know those of you that are APC supporters, those of you that are gaining from APC, those of you that APC has advantaged all these 8 years, will you be angry with what people like us are saying? But don't forget, During the time of Jonathan, when APC wanted PDP out, they said all kinds of things about Jonathan. And so why should it be an issue now? Even then, they called for an interim government. But suddenly now, people are up in arms and saying, don't talk about interim. And they're saying it is insurrection. They are saying it's a treasonable offense. Why? Just a right to speak. It is enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, a right to speak one's view and also to peacefully assemble and protest, not violence. Now, I know that the IG has to do its work, but the question is this: now, where have the police been? Where were the police during the election when people were being killed, when ballot boxes were being seized? And if the process was marred with such insecurity and such irregularity, and the law enforcement were not there to enforce the law, how come it is now, just because we're advocating for a postponement of the swearing in, suddenly it is now a crime? Meanwhile, it's for the interest of Nigerians. Have you forgotten the many millions that also voted for Peter Obi, that voted for Atiku, that voted for the other candidates? Why should the defense just be for the ruling party? And then people are all angry and saying, oh, you want to cause confusion in the nation. What have we done about Boko Haram? What have we done about Fulani headsmen? What have you done about the kidnappers that up till now they are kidnapping? During the election, as if there was no kidnapping again, as if the kidnappers have gone back to where they came from. Suddenly, after the election, they are back again. As I'm talking, people are being kidnapped. So where have the police been? Where has the IG been? They've not been able to handle the issue that is actually facing Nigeria, insecurity, where bandits have taken over the nation. They do as they wish. They are in our bushes, but nobody can find them. And even when they are caught, we don't hear that they are prosecuted. But it's just people that want to peacefully protest that is an issue. You can force Tinubu on the people and say, no matter what happens, you're going to ensure that 29th of May happens. But don't forget, you are dealing with human beings. Many people are not satisfied. Many people are frustrated. And soon they will show their frustration. We don't have to tell anybody to protest. You know that the people already are angry. And so why don't you do the needful? The police should ensure the security of life and property. We want to see the work of the police in every area. They should ensure there is law and order in Nigeria every day, not only after an election. Because we all knew what happened during the election. Some people lost their lives. Igbo shops were burnt. Markets were burnt after the election. Igbos were told to go back to Igbo land in Lagos. Where were the police? What happened during NSAS? We saw that it was the army and the police that went to shoot and kill innocent protesters. If the police really want to keep law and order to ensure there is peace in the nation, let it be always, not only during a swearing in. So it's a call to the police. Do your work every day. People are kidnapped every day. Sometimes we are even told that the police are also conniving with the people. The level of criminality in Nigeria is too much. We've seen people that have been protesting since after the announcement of the result. People have been coming out in peaceful protest. We've never heard that they broke to any building, they didn't harm anybody. We have seen what has happened in Lagos after the election. Has anybody been arrested? Has anybody been prosecuted? Or is it now suddenly the police know their job? We want peace. And those of you that are just talking anyhow, you have suffered in the hands of these politicians. For how long do you want to continue to suffer? What are you getting from them? You are still going to be the one that will suffer. I call upon the police IG to ensure he does his work of ensuring security in Nigeria, security of life and property, not only security of people on a day of swearing in. It should be all round. That because people are suffering, the nation is not safe. So if you have enough police to ensure that 29th of May is peaceful, then ensure every day is peaceful, because the life of every Nigerian counts and matters. And that's what I'm calling, to ensure that there is peace in the nation. I'm not calling for anarchy. All I'm saying is that we don't have to insist that May 29th must happen now. It can still happen another day. just give the courts the time to finish the case so that we are sure of who the true winner is. And that's why people like us in wisdom are calling for a postponement. But people are misunderstanding it and they're seeing it like it's a call for anarchy. It's up to you, but you will remember people like us spoke, sounded the warning, and gave the alarm to ensure that for us to have peace in the nation, let's postpone the inauguration until a later date. Because our constitution did not say it must be on this day. It's just talking about 4 years. That's what my call has been. And it's up to you. You have a choice to heed my call or not heed my call. I'm not forcing anybody to go out and protest. All I'm saying is that let's allow the mandate of the people to stand. And I want the IG of the police, the DSS, and all law enforcement agents, do your work with Boko Haram. Do your work with hired assassins. Do your work with kidnappers. Do your work with all this evil, this insecurity that we see. We need to feel your presence. The Nigeria of your dream, the Nigeria you want to see, you are responsible for it. My advice is that let's allow the court to finish this case so that we know who the true winner is. Well, Nigerians, I still love you. I'm still excited about seeing the birth of a new Nigeria. Let's take a stand and ensure that we take our nation back from these greedy, evil, wicked, corrupt politicians. Thank you very much for understanding. You have your opinion. You can do whatever you like. However, you will remember that I spoke to you ahead of time, that I warned you, that I advised you to do the right thing. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Why don't you go ahead and share the video with as many people as you can. May God bless you and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Once again, this is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. Bye-bye for now.